Hi everyone, welcome to card 3 of my January class. This one we are going to do what is called iris folding. It's a lot of fun. It makes it look like it's quilted, looks more complicated than it is. Again, I just want to reiterate that we use the love bouquet, the bouquet love, I said it backwards. We use this to cut this out, and that's really the only thing we did, except we use this little heart here to get this. And we did use the dies from here, from this set here. It is the, I use these little hearts down here. You'll see why in a little bit, but it's from the Sweethearts die set that these little red hearts came from. So let me get to where we can start this card. It's first thing we're going to do is we'll just go through what's in the card, and then I will quickly from there we will stamp our envelope, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty. So in our card you're going to see a white piece of paper, that's for the inside, a piece of paper that is got your heart cut out of it. You will see a little thing, a little package that has got some hearts in it. One of the hearts has been embossed with a sentiment, and then you should have a number of strips that are 1 inch, and they're again that marble paper from the that you can get free during celebration, which is going on through January and February of this year. And we're going to fold these, and that's what we're going to use to do the iris folding in the center of the heart. It should be fun. So let's get started with that. We're going to start with some stamping, and the stamping is very quick and easy. We're going to do our envelope. We are going to do our inside, and again, I have lined up my hearts. They're basically in the same scenario they were in the last card, but this time I'm just going to stamp them in here, and I'm using real red. It's one of the messiest stamp sets I use. Look at this. It kind of looks like I use this one a lot. I do, but I think it's funny that that's the one that looks the messiest. And put some there, and then I'm going to put some on the front of here also. Okay, so that is it for stamping. Let me put away this ink before I end up wearing it. That is always a possibility with me, so I try not to wear them. We're going to put this here. I'm going to pull this out. Now there is a front side to the stitching where the stitching goes down into the paper, and the back side. When we get to start to doing the iris folding, you're going to do everything on the back side to begin with. This is the inside of our card. I'll just set it there so when we're ready to assemble, we can put it all together. First thing we're going to do is take all the dimensional trash out of the way. I have dimensionals everywhere. You know, these little octagon things, I wear them, I find them on my dog's nose. It's pretty humorous. Okay, so you should have 3 that are light and 3 that are sort of dark. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fold them in half. And you can use a bone folder to make them crisp. That's always nice. And you'll see why this is important. We're going to alternate between the dark color and the light color as we go around our heart. And you'll see why that's important here in a minute. And you can kind of decide if you want to do that. This goes pretty fast. I just keep them separate. Now there's one that's a little weird size. Just remember you're going to use the other side of that when you're putting them down. So this is where I think having glue is important. You can use the all-purpose glue, and I'm going to try to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at one corner, and we're going to go around the heart. So I'm going to start with a light one, and you want to put the folded side of your 1 inch piece inside. Okay, so these pieces are on the outside. So I figure about how big that's going to be, and I'm just going to take my snips and I'm going to cut 2 pieces about that size. Okay. 2 pieces of the light one. So my first one is going to go, I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, and I also put a little bit of glue on the inside. That's so it stays down flat. And I'm just going to adhere this on here. Now if I want to look and see, oh look, I've covered 1/4 of that. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to try to make it perfect, but it probably won't be. And that's the beauty of it. It's kind of like a homemade quilt when you make this. And I really like iris folding. It's a pretty way to do the, you know, to embellish in a different way. We're still using paper, glue, but it's just simpler. So see, we have 2 pieces down. Now our next piece is also going to be of the lighter color. Now this piece is going to go from here to here. So I need just a little bit of that. And again, just a little bit of glue and then a little bit on the inside. And that's just so it stays down. So I'm just going to go right across there. It's just the ends that we're gluing. We're not gluing the middle because that part's showing. So again, we're gluing the inside. And what's nice about oh, I almost put that one on backwards. Got to put the fold on the inside. Fold on the inside. So let's see what we look like so far. So can you see it kind of goes this way around? Okay. Now it'll really make more sense when we get to a dark one. So now we're going to do a dark one. We're going to start up at the same corner and now we're going to go across that way. Usually again I kind of gauge it and I cut 2 of them. It just makes it faster for me. I am kind of zippy. Few people will say I run with scissors. Sounded funny to me. And this one's got to go this way. So about halfway down, you're going to, from the first one, you're going to glue this next one. Okay, so let's turn it over so you can see. See how it's starting to look layered? Okay, we'll do this one over here. You don't need a lot of glue. You're just basically kind of going around in a circle anyways. Okay, so see now you've got two spots in there. Okay, your fingers do get a little gooped up. It's okay. This is messy art right now. This is messy art. Some people do not like messy art, but I think messy art is fun. So I'm going to cut this and then I'll cut a second one. Now these are the dark ones. Dark, dark. Now I have a little bit of a dark right there. Those are both darks. So you can tell the difference from one side to the other if you just flip them. You'll see. One's more of a marble and one is more of a swirl. And let me put a little bit there, a little bit there. Let's put this down here. About halfway for the one that's before it. So this one is about halfway in that inch. So you're seeing about a 1/4 of an inch there. Let's get this last one on. And then it gets real fast pretty quick. It's not a hard technique to do. It's just kind of fun if you ask me. So again, I'm trying to go about, leave about a fourth of an inch for this one here. Okay, now I'm back to my light colored ones. So for my light colored one, I need one that goes from there to there. Maybe this one will fit. Well, I could get that one in. I'm going to do it. I don't like to waste paper, so you don't really waste a lot of paper in this. What I did is cut up a 6-inch piece of paper and score it in half at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, so let's do this next one. It's going to go right there. I can't wait for you to see the other side of this because it's really going to be pretty cool. I think this is a lot of fun. Hopefully you all agree with me. If not, it is a messy craft. I mean, it is messy. So if you're going to do this, the other thing that I would suggest in case you get glue anywhere is put your silicone mat underneath you. Then it won't stick to anything. Now again, we're just coming through here. Each time it gets a little bit smaller, you know, because the opening's getting smaller. So you don't need quite as much paper. Okay, and this here is my last long side over here. So let me cut that. Gives me just a little piece like that. This almost looks white in some spots, but it's got a hint of pink to it. So and the key is to always put the fold towards the inside of the inside of the open space. Now my fingers are sticky, so let me just rub them real quick. It peels off the sticky. Now we're back to our dark colors. Well, that one will almost just fit there, but I'll wait on that. I know this will fit across. I'm not even going to bother cutting this one. There's not enough to cut. We'll just put a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. It's all good. We'll go across like that. Halfway to this one. Then this one can go right here. See how easy that is? I mean, we're not using up all our paper at all. Halfway to the last one. Now it is about an inch and another inch. We should almost be done at that point. And wait till you see the other side. I think you're going to really, really like this. I find this one's the longest one to do only because it's time consuming, not because it's hard. It's not a hard card. It's just a funny card. And let me get this last one here. And then we have one little bit of this left in the light color. And we're just going to put that in the center. And by gluing the little bits in the middle as we go, it flattens down this whole thing. And this last one is just going to go across the middle. It doesn't matter. It's just the middle. Okay? So yeah, we're just going to put some on either side, and we're just going to put this down right in the middle. Okay, are you ready for the reveal? Now that it's not sticking to my hands. Okay, this is what it looks like on the other side. Isn't that fun? it's very subtle. It's just kind of soft and kind of romantic. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but it's fine. I think it's beautiful when it's not perfect. For me, that is really, really a nice thing. Now, it looks like there's some glue on here. And this is something that we no longer sell, but you can get at an art store. It's called a glue eraser. And you can get that glue right off. It will lift it up, and you can pull it off, and now your thing isn't junked up. Okay, up. There must be some glue showing there. There we go. So even then you can see I make a mistake, but I can fix it. And you do end up with a little bit left over. That's okay. That's okay. If you wanted to put a dark one in the middle, that's okay too. So now let's put together our card, because it's from here on out it goes pretty fast. And I didn't need to stamp that. That's right. I didn't. We'll flip it over. Okay. So we'll let this dry for a minute. I'm going to put this on the inside. I'm going to cap my glue first. And you're going, well, how come she's doing that? Well, I had another idea and I forgot it while I was making the card. So now we'll go back to the original idea. Okay, so this goes in here like this. And then inside your little baggie, you will see you have a heart with embossing. You have a heart with no embossing and 2 little hearts. You should have 3 hearts. You have 3 little itty bitty hearts. So here's what we are going to do. This big one, we're going to actually use and put it in here like this. Okay, now it's up to you if you want to use a glue dot or a little dot of glue. I have some different glue, and I'm going to just use my different glue real quick. And I'm just going to put a dot of glue here if it decides to come out. It always likes to jam on video, so we'll just unjam it. Sure hope you guys like this card. I had fun. This, as soon as I saw this set, I thought of making a card like this. So this was something that I thought up the minute I saw this set. I thought, oh, this is just the cutest little thing. And see, it doesn't matter where they are. They can go anywhere you want. Now on the front side of this, we're going to just put our glue aside for a moment, and we're going to put some dimensionals on the back side of your iris folding. And this I want you to be very generous with. What we are trying to do is to offset this stack of paper in the middle, and so that it doesn't collapse. So I just kind of go a little nuts. It's okay. Nuts is fun. And let me just take, and you're like, she's using a half a thing of dimensionals. I go, yeah, but they're cheap as chips, so why not, you know? And they make your cards look so cool. So that's where I go with it. One last one here, because I have to be equal on how I do this. Now, I'm going to take all of this off of here. Now, there's a way to do it with your fingernails like I'm doing. And that's pretty good, but sometimes you don't have fingernails. So that's when you're going to use either your the multi-purpose tool, or you can use just something that pokes it and you can pull them up. The nice thing about poking them and pulling them up is they all kind of stay on whatever you're poking with, your pokey tool. Okay, so now we're going to turn this and make sure that our heart's going the correct direction. And to the best of our ability, we are going to just set this down in the middle. Voila! Look at that. That's really good. Now we're going to add the rest of our embellishments. I always wait till the very end to do that. This one's going to go right on top here. This one's going to get glued on. Let me grab a glue. You can use a glue dot. I'm just not very good at getting the glue dots and these little things off. So I'm going to put this right here on the bottom. Oh, well, that was fun. It just came up with me. I have so much glue on me. I'm so sticky. You know, and this is why a lot of people go, oh, I hate glue. I get so sticky, but I just wash my hands. It just works better for me in the long run. And the last thing we need to do is to put our beautiful rhinestone in the middle. And I had my pokey tool. There it is. Pokey tool. It's on a little piece of plastic. And if you don't like your square, you think it's too off center, then put your sparkly right in the middle. Now, this is going to be pretty easy to mail because you've done all that lifting up to get this even across. This is down in the valley, so when you mail it, it's pretty flat. I mean, it really doesn't stick up hardly at all. So I like that part. So this is the inside, this is the outside. I hope you enjoyed iris folding. I just wanted something a little bit different. The color scheme's pretty simple. You could change it up. You could use metallics. You could do a lot of things with this technique, and I think you will have fun with it. So till next time, have a great day. Bye.